सहनौ भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। आत्मा रामानन्दरमणा
आत्मा रामानन्दरमणा
आत्मा रामानन्दरमणा
आत्मा रामानन्दरमणा
अच्युत केशव हरिनारायण
अच्युत केशव हरिनारायण
अच्युत केशव हरिनारायण
अच्युत केशव हरिनारायण
भवभयहरणा वन्दित चरणा
भवभयहरणा वन्दित चरणा
भवभयहरणा वन्दित चरणा
भवभयहरणा वन्दित चरणा
रघुकुलभूषण राजीवलोचन
रघुकुलभूषण राजीवलोचन
रघुकुलभूषण राजीवलोचन
रघुकुलभूषण राजीवलोचन
आदिनारायण अनन्तशयना
आदिनारायण अनन्तशयना
आदिनारायण अनन्तशयना
आदिनारायण अनन्तशयना
सच्चिदानन्दा सत्यनारायण
सच्चिदानन्दा सत्यनारायण
सच्चिदानन्दा सत्यनारायण
सच्चिदानन्दा सत्यनारायण
भवभयहरणा वन्दित चरणा
भवभयहरणा वन्दित चरणा
रघुकुलभूषण राजीवलोचन
रघुकुलभूषण राजीवलोचन
आत्मा रामानन्दरमणा
आत्मा रामानन्दरमणा
आनन्दरमणा
आनन्दरमणा
ॐ नमो नारायणाय
ॐ नमो नारायणाय
ॐ नमो नारायणाय
ॐ नमो नारायणाय
ॐ नमो नारायणाय Namo Narayanaaya.
Namo Narayanaaya.
Namo Narayanaaya.
Namo Narayanaaya.
Namo Narayanaaya.
Namo Narayanaaya.
Om Namo Narayanaaya.
Namo Narayanaaya.
Namo Narayanaaya.
Namo Narayanaaya.
Namo
Namo Narayanaaya.
Sadashivasamaramбhaം Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantām Vande Guru-paramparam Shruti-smriti-puraṇāṇāṁ Ālayam Karuṇālayam Namāmi Bhagavad-pādam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayam Suprabhasya Kritau Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punah Samasta Jana Kalyane Viratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Premam Sadgurum Brahmavidwaram Sadgurum Brahmavidwaram. Hari Om. Yes, now it's perfect. That humming sound was.
Yes.
So let us chant. The Guru Lakshanam, page number 18. Guru Lakshanam. Together. Page 18. Shrotriyo brahmanishtascha naiva kamahatascha saha dayalurdeshiko dakshaha shishya prashna nivarakaha आयान्तु बहवः शिष्याः विरक्ताश्च मुमुक्षवः एवमिच्छन् प्रतीक्षेत गुरुश्रेष्ठः स सर्वदा एकमेव गुरोः कार्यं शिष्याणां स्यात् कृतार्थता गुरुस्वात्मनि स्थित्वा स्ते सर्वभूतहिते रतः गच्छसि कुत्र त्वं मित्र गुरुमेवाभिगच्छामि किं पठिष्यसि तत्र त्वं वेदान्ते यत् प्रकाशितम् किमुक्तं वद वेदान्ते नाहं दुःखमयो जीवः कथय तर्हि कोऽसि त्वम् आत्मा नित्यचिदानन्दः कथितं तत्र किं मन्यत आत्मा ममैव सर्वात्मा को लाभस्तव ज्ञानेन मुक्तः प्रीणाम्यतः सर्वान् Muktah pranamyatha sarvam. So yesterday we saw the qualification of a teacher. So verse number 1, page number 18 gives the qualification. So the Guru must be established in the reality, Brahmanishta. He must be well versed in the scriptures, only then he can teach. And the sign of abidance in Brahman, what is the sign? Is free from all kinds of worldly desires. And then such a Guru, when he finds a right student, he becomes embodiment of compassion, Dayalu. Now, how does that compassion takes form? In the form of service. All the suffering of the Shishya is because of ignorance. The knowledge alone can solve the problem. So he gives the knowledge, he becomes Deshika, teacher. What kind of teacher? Excellent teacher, efficient teacher, Daksha. Who is an efficient teacher? The one who teaches, the one who clears doubts, and also one who becomes a role model. He lives what he preaches. So when you find all those virtues in a person, then those virtues, we find a demonstration of those virtues in such a teacher. Daksha and Shishya Prashna Nivaraka. So the teacher being at the highest level, he is able to understand the level of the student. And according to the level of the student, he is able to guide. He is able to give advice. It is not that one advice for all. It doesn't happen. Advice given for a tamasic person should be different. Rajasic person should be different. At the boundary level of rajas, different. The beginning of sattva, different. Intense sattva, very different. So at different levels, the advice is different. So that is, Guru understands at what level the Shishya is, and accordingly, the teaching is given. So what is the only purpose of Guru? Guru is a perfect instrument in the hands of the Lord to give knowledge. So therefore, this Guru waits for right kind of Shishya. Who is the right, fit kind of Shishya? Viraktaha Mumukshavaha. So last time we have seen Shishya Lakshana. So such Shishyas who have all those qualities like Viveka, Vairagya, etc., this Guru waits for that. The purpose of Guru is only one, to take the Shishya to that highest state of fulfillment. And even when Guru does all that, he doesn't have any sense of doership or enjoyership. Oh, because of my teaching, he is liberated. No. Guru Swatmani Sthitva. Aste. He firmly abides in the self. Even when he does this service, Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha, ever busy reveling in the welfare of all, he knows that he is only an instrument. It is Bhagavan who is guiding the Shishyas through this instrument of the Guru. Right. Now, what is that teaching, that glorious teaching of the Vedanta? What is that teaching given by Guru? So that is the next section, Atma Swarupa, nature of the self. So yesterday we had simply seen the meaning of it. Gachasi kutra tvam mitra. So one person asks the other person, oh my dear friend, where are you going? Guru meva bhigachami. I am going to my Guru. Kim patishyasi tatra tvam. What are you going to learn from there? Vedante yat prakashitam. Whatever is said in Vedanta. Kimuktam vada Vedante. What is said in Vedanta? Naham dukkhamayo jiva. Vedanta says, I am not this miserable jiva. Kathayatarhi kositvam. Then who are you then? Atma nitya chidananda. I am the supreme self, which is of the nature of existence, consciousness, bliss, immortal, etc. Katitam tatra kim manyate. What else is said in Vedanta other than this? Atma mamaiva sarvatma. Not only that I am this Sachidananda, everyone is the same. So myself is the self in all. We are all one. Ola Vastavajnanena. What is the benefit of this knowledge? Mukta. I become free from all imperfection. Prinami atha sarvan. Sarvan prinami. I delight all beings. I give joy to all beings. I become peaceful. I give peace to all. The greatest treasure of this world is peace. I become an embodiment of peace, and also wherever I go, I give peace. This is the love. Okay, now we'll have to spend some time here. What is this Vedantic knowledge? In essence, we will discuss the essence of all the scriptures. Huh? Uh-huh. So first, we'll have to start with identification theory. So what is identification theory? When entity A identifies with entity B, the properties of B appear to be the properties of A. So this theory has to be understood. Sometimes it is called a superimposition theory. But I find identification is right. Adhyasa. Bhagavan Shankaracharya is adhyasa. So when entity A identifies with entity B, the properties of B appear to be the properties of A. So to understand this theory, take the film theater example. The film theater, we see the film, the movie, and then we get totally immersed in the movie. So then slowly what happens? Whatever happens in the movie starts happening to us. So if the hero is crying, I am also crying. If the hero is worried and anxious, I also become worried and anxious. Whatever happens there happens here. Movie time becomes my time. Movie happenings become my happening. Movie emotions become my emotions. This is called as identification. Identification means what? Becoming one. So this is a particular property of the mind. It can just become one with any anatma vastu. The unique property. Any non-self can become self using this strange instrument called mind. Mind can make any non-self as self. That ability of the mind is called identification. Now see, that hero has nothing to do with me. But when I identify with that hero is not some other entity, it has become me. And therefore his sorrow becomes my sorrow. So this has to be first properly understood. The whole of Vedanta is basically rooted in this theory. The car which was there in some showroom, the moment I purchase it, it becomes my car. And anything happens to that car, scratch, it is as though somebody has scratched me, not my car. You see. So with everything, my house, my children, my family, everywhere you will find this identification, becoming one. I get attached, and now that thing is no more a thing, it is a part of me. It is me. That is called as identification. So in the movie theater, now my joys and sorrows are decided by some unreal character, illusory character. And now I'm crying in the theater. So if I have to end my sorrow in the film theater, what should I do? One is you pray for Lord. Oh God, please save that person. That may or may not work. But one thing will surely work. What is that? End your identification. Stop watching the movie. Take out your mobile phone. Play some video games. Your sorrow is over. What have you done? Withdraw the attention from what you are not, pay attention to what you are. This is the whole of Vedanta. Nothing else is there. If you have understood this movie theater, you have understood all the Vedas and the Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita and Brahma Sutras. That's all. Okay. So entity A. So what is the theory? When entity A identifies with B, so in the film theater, who is entity A? I. When I identify with that film character, that is B. Properties of B appear to be the properties of A. Hero's property become my property. Hero's suffering become my suffering. That is called as identification theory or superimposition theory. So now let us come to these two entities. Who are these two entities? So in Vedanta, we have two entities. Number one, consciousness, and number two, matter. These are the two entities. Entity A equal to consciousness. Entity B equal to matter. Various names are given to these two terms in different scriptures, but basically there is only two. Sometimes consciousness is called Brahman, then matter is called Maya. Sometimes consciousness is called Purusha, then matter is called Prakriti. If consciousness is Drashta or Drik, then matter is called Drishya. If consciousness is called Chaitanya, then matter is called Jada. Always you will find this combination. If consciousness is called Atma, then matter is called Anatma. Only two entities. Only two entities. Different names. Okay. If consciousness is called Kshetrajna, then matter is called Kshetra. That's all. So now let us see what are these two entities. Matter. How do you define matter? Anything made of five elements is matter. What are the five elements? Space, air, water, fire, earth. Five elements. Panchamahabhutas. Anything. So what all will come under matter then? The whole world that we see, it's matter. Come one step inside the physical body. What is this body? Matter. Why matter? Because it is nourished by food. Food is nothing but matter. So body is also matter. One step further inside. Thoughts. What is it? Matter or consciousness? That is also matter. How do you know? Don't eat for 2 days and see whether the mind functions or not. Mind will be, why 2 days? 1 day is enough. In the evening, you will find mind is quiet. The whole day, if you don't eat, 5, 10 days, just fast. Don't do anything. Mind will be very quiet, helplessly quiet. So that means mind gains nourishment from food. Therefore, mind is also subtle matter. There is only one thing which is not matter. What is that? The consciousness in us. What is his nature? His nature is Sat Chit Anand. Sat means existence, absolute existence, independent existence. Chit means consciousness. Anand means bliss. In short, this consciousness is absolutely perfect. It is absolutely secure. It is absolutely blissful. Nothing is lacking in it. That is the nature of consciousness. Perfection is its nature. And who is this consciousness? It is the I in me. Aham Atma. Atma means I. So, who am I? I am perfect. I don't need anything to gain perfection. I don't need anything to gain happiness. Peace, happiness, bliss, immortality, whatever you name, everything is my nature. So, do I have to get it from outside? Because it is my nature. Nature means what? I can never be separate from it. It's called nature. Just like fire and heat. Heat cannot be separated from fire. In the same way, Satchidanand cannot be separated from me because I am that. So naturally the question comes, if I am perfection, why is it that I am not experiencing perfection? Because if it is my nature, it should always be there with me. So then we say, yes, you are not experiencing it because you have done a mistake. What is a mistake? Identifying is the mistake you have done. You have identified with something which you are not. And therefore, what is the law of identification? Whatever you are identified with, that you will experience and not what you are. You will not experience what you are, you will experience what you identified with. For example, in the film theater, why am I crying? Actually, I have no reason to cry because his problem, all illusory problem, in the theater, in the movie, why should I cry? But I cry because now I am no more I am he. That miserable fellow. So if you identify with miserable fellow, misery is yours. So in the same way, I, the Satchidananda, I need not cry because everything is perfect in me. But then, instead of identifying with consciousness, where is my identification? With the body. What is body? It is not me. It is a drishya vastu. It is something seen. Seen is always different from the seer. Seer and seen cannot be one. But now my identification is the body. Now, whatever happens to the body, I will feel in my ignorance that it is happening to me. That is what identification does. So now this wrong notion has entered into my mind that I am the body. And now throughout my life, I am suffering this ignorance in various ways. What is the nature of the body? Asti, jayate, vardhate, vipranamate, apakshiyate, vinashyate. Sixfold modification. Asti, it exists in the womb of the mother. Jayate, it is born from the womb. Vardhate, it grows. Vipranamate, matures. Apakshiyate, decays. Vinashyati, dies. Sixfold modification. And this is our common biography of all the bodies, whoever you are. And now I'm miserable because the body is becoming old and I'm going to die. So sad. Why is it that I desire immortality? I don't want to die. I can't accept death. I can't accept non existence because it is not my nature. That which is not my nature, I cannot accept, I cannot be happy with it. Death is not my nature, non existence is not my nature, and that is why nobody wants to die. Again, sorrow is not my nature, bliss is my nature. So I cannot be happy with sorrow. I can't say, oh, it's okay, I'm miserable. No, when there is misery, something or the other I will do to come out of it. I can't be comfortable with misery because Ananda is my nature. So throughout life, everybody is struggling to come out of sorrow, to come out of this fear of mortality. That is life. Everybody, if you see, not knowing what the problem is, they are trying to solve the problem. What is the first thing we should do? Diagnose the problem. What actually is the problem? Then find the solution. Here, without diagnosing the disease, we are taking medicine. So what we are doing now? We are trying to improve the body, fatten the body, beautify the body. Will it solve the problem? For some time, it will give relief, no doubt about it. If you are in a prison, If you just expand the prison, there is some relief, no doubt. But still you are a prisoner. Solution is to come out of the prison, not to expand the prison and remain there. No, nothing wrong in improving the body and all that. But we must know where the problem lies. The problem is in the wrong notion in the mind that I am the body. Any amount of improving the body is not going to help, because what I crave for is infinity. Can you make the body infinitely perfect? No. Idam shariram parinama pesalam. It's not there in that. It is Mukundamana. Idam shariram parinama pesalam. Patatyavasyam slathasandhijarjaram. Kimaushadhai क्लिश्यसि मूढदुर्मते निरामयं कृष्णरसायनं पिब idam shariram parinamapechalam. This body is definitely going to decay and die. Patati avashyam. It will definitely fall. Slatha sandhi jarjaram. Every limb will become weak, every joint will become infirm, and the body will fall. Kim aushadhaihi क्लिश्यसि मूढ़ दुर्मते. Oh मूढ़, oh durmate. No, okay, it has spoken. A fool, unintelligent fellow, why are you torturing yourself with aushadhis, medicines? Niramayam Krishna Rasayanam piba. Drink this rasayana of Bhagavan's name. Niramayam, it will free you from all diseases. A time will come when all the worldly medicines will be ineffective. But then there is one medicine which will free you from all diseases. What is that? The name of the Lord. What will this name of the Lord do? It will shift your attention from the body to consciousness. And once you identify with consciousness, you have nothing to do with this perishing body. Even when the body is perishing, you will smile because you know this is not me. So that ultimate medicine is Bhagavan's name. Bhagavan's name is Atmajnanam. This is what we do. So consciousness is perfect. First of all, we have to understand where have we gone. The mistake we have done is, instead of identifying with consciousness, our identification is with the while living, take medicines, whatever is necessary, do it. But at the back of the mind, always keep this in mind. Body will perish, and someday or the other I have to jump from this burning house. Don't settle in this burning house. Jump out of it. It's already burning continuously, this body. So before this body burns completely, jump out of it. How to jump out? Shift your attention to consciousness. Otherwise, it is just impossible to be happy remaining in this body. If there is somebody saying, no, I am very happy, without all this Vedantic knowledge, I am very happy, he is a liar. Infinite being cannot be happy in this finite body. Just not possible. I am infinity. Infinity alone can satisfy me. Any finite thing can never satisfy me. So everybody, what is our condition? With ignorance, dukkhamaya jiva. This is our condition. Everybody is miserable, everybody is crying. So this knowledge makes you aware that naham dukkhamayo jiva. Who am I? Atma nitya chidananda. Yes, this is the purpose of all scriptural practices. This is the purpose of meditation, to know myself as I am. Any choice? There is no choice. All the topics will come later. So this is the essence of Vedanta. Is it mandatory knowledge? Yes. If you want happiness, peace, eternal happiness and peace, not temporary, then this knowledge is unavoidable. Because problem is created because of wrong notion. The problem will go only with the removal of this wrong notion. Wrong notion can go only with right knowledge. So this is unavoidable. And this knowledge of the self is going to solve all problems in my life. I think that there are so many problems, but actually, all these problems are only stemming from self ignorance. All problems. Kathitam tatra kim manyata. What else is there? Atma mamaiva sarva. So when I know myself as I am, as pure consciousness, all my disturbances of the mind goes away. Yesterday I was talking about the chattering mind. Why is the mind chattering? The mind which is ignorant about oneself, that mind is identified with the body. Such a body identified mind, how will it behave? So I told you, mind is constantly working upon two things: how to be secure, how to be peaceful. Two things. Constantly. So if that mind thinks that I am the body, then the mind has so many things to fear. Because this body says that every limb can fall sick. There can be infinite number of diseases. There can be infinite number of threats, dangers to this body. To keep the body secure and alive is a big task. That is why the mind is constantly busy thinking of how to keep the body safe, secure. Worry, tension, anxiety is nothing but this. So the mind which is identified with the body will be a chattering mind. That mind, you cannot silence it. Because its existence is under question. I have to give this body happiness. Constantly mind is worried. You try to silence the mind, it's not possible. Forcefully you may do something, to pranayama, etc. But the moment you stop doing pranayama, jana pakshivat, roga sadhana, you can't. But once that mind is educated rightly, what is education? I'm not the body, I'm consciousness. Once this education comes, it becomes silent. Oh, consciousness, once mind has to experience it. That's very important, not just information. Mind abides in consciousness, feels it, experiences it, becomes silent. The deep experience that I am consciousness, then the mind comes to know, oh, this consciousness is ever existent, ever blissful, ever peaceful. I don't have to do anything to make this consciousness secure. So then what happens to that mind? Mind becomes silent. That is called mukti, freedom. Freedom from all agitations, disturbances, worries. So with this knowledge, what happens? Number one, I become peaceful, mukta. The ups and downs of the world doesn't affect my mind. Because I come to know that my peace has nothing to do with the outer world. My existence has nothing to do with the outer happenings. That is called as moksha. Okay, mind becomes peaceful. When such a person looks into the world, what does he find? Atma Mamaiva Sarva. This is the second aspect of this knowledge. I find that this very same consciousness is existing in everyone else. So, how will that problem solve? This knowledge gives a vision of oneness. Before this knowledge, I thought that we are all different. I am different, she is different, he is different, we are all different. This is called as vision of plurality. When we pay attention to the physical body, our vision is the vision of plurality. What is the problem with the vision of plurality? The moment I find that somebody is different from me, that very same time, comparison starts, competition starts, judging starts. I am better, he is better, he is better. And there are so many aspects where comparison can be done. And if I am superior, then there is superiority complex. If I am inferior, there is an inferiority complex. And the resources in the world are minimum. The desires are many, and there is competition. When there is competition, there is hatred, jealousy, envy. All negativity, the root is vision of plurality. And where is this vision of plurality coming from? Body identification, self-ignorance. So internally also I am miserable, externally also I am miserable. Dukkhamaya jiva. But the moment I come to know myself as consciousness, what do I see in others? Conscious. Now this is a law. What you think yourself to be, the very same you will think others also to be. It's a law. How deep you go within, so deep you are able to go without outside also. You are able to have a piercing, what do you call it, knowledge into the world to the extent you have pierced your own within. Deep down, I come to know I am consciousness. When you look outside, you intuitively know everybody is none other than consciousness. But if I am superficial about myself, I think that I am the body, I will see only bodies in others. How much you have gone within here, that much you are able to go within into the world also. So the moment I know myself to be consciousness, I see others also as consciousness, then what happens? Then there is vision of oneness. I am the same as that physical body. Today it is there, tomorrow it is not there. But the essence is the same. With that comes a vision of oneness. We are all one. With vision of oneness, what happens? There is no competition, there is only cooperation. There is only love. All the values are based on vision of oneness. I am ready to sacrifice. Wherever there is oneness, sacrifice becomes natural. Wherever there is oneness, straightforwardness becomes natural. Because there is none other than me. Whom can I cheat? Why should I cheat? So all the values are based on vision of oneness. And all the vision of oneness is based on self-knowledge. See that hierarchy. If there has to be peace and harmony in the world, law and order in the world, everyone must be value-based. If each and every individual starts practicing values in life, there is peace and harmony in the world. But the values in life will be practiced only when there is vision of oneness. But vision of oneness can come only when there is self-knowledge. So therefore, self-knowledge will solve all problems in this world. That is why Bhagavan says, Yada yada hi dharmasya Glanir-bhavati bharata abhyutthanam amadha dharmasya tadatmanam sijamyaham. Whenever there is a glani in a dharma, law and order goes for a toss. I come. Bhagavan, after coming, what do you do? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. That's all. Then there is dharma samstapana. Sadhu means who? Good people means who? People with self-knowledge. You increase the people who are practicing spirituality. Such people will naturally be good because there is a vision of oneness. So increase such sadhus in the society, decrease all those asadhus. Who are these asadhus? People having erroneous vision. How to decrease them? Not by killing them. Just correct their understanding. Because of their wrong notion, they are vicious, criminal. Teach them properly, give them right guidance. But yes, if that also doesn't work, and finally samadhana, bheda, nothing works, then finish him off, danda. So you see, Bhagwan's avatar, the most important thing which Bhagwan did was to give this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. Vinashayata duskritam can happen only with this right understanding. So therefore Bhagwan said all the war can stop, a very important thing is going to happen. And Bhagwan gave this knowledge. You see? Most important. So therefore, as I yesterday was saying, there is peace inside and there is harmony outside. I am in harmony with everything in this creation. Birds, animals, plants, insects, good people, bad people. I'm in harmony. Where is it coming from? This knowledge. Kolabhastavatjnanena muktaha. This is within. Inside, I feel free, peaceful. Prinami ata sarvan. Sarvan prinami. I delight everyone. I give peace to everyone. I delight in everyone. I delight everyone. In harmony with creation. Peace within, harmony without. This is the glory of this knowledge. Okay. But where should we start? This is a bird's eye view. So Shishya Lakshanam, Shishya should be qualified to gain this knowledge, and the Guru should be qualified to give this knowledge. Okay. Now the question is, where should I start? So that is the next section. Isha Siddhi. We should start by having first faith in God. So how to prove that there is God? That is the section. Page number 38. Sarveshwarosti nasti va shankam ma kuru he saumya asti nishchitam shraddhatsva tato jnatum vicharaya सर्वेश्वरोऽस्ति नास्ति वा शङ्कां मा कुरु हे सौम्य अस्ति निश्चितं श्रद्धस्व ततो ज्ञातुं विचारय. मा शङ्कां कुरु हे सौम्य. Oh dear one, never doubt. Any beginner will have this doubt. What is the doubt? Sarveshwara astiva nastiva. This Sarveshwara, is there God or not? Does he exist? Asti exists. Nasti no exist. I don't see him. Is there God? Or is it a mere imagination of the mind? Hey Soumya, oh dear one, the Guru tells Shishya. Shankam ma kuru, never doubt. What should be our approach? Asti nishchitam. Definitely God exists. Iti shraddha. So have this firm faith. Start with faith that God is. In the path of spirituality, shraddha is very important. That is the next topic. We will elaborately discuss that. First, start with the firm belief that God is. And then tataha jnatum vichare. And then inquire to know him. Try to know him through right inquiry. But oh Guru, how can I have faith? Can you give some logical explanation to prove that God exists? so that at least my intellect is satisfied. Because I have this question. Senses are not able to see. I'm not able to see. So therefore, how can I believe in God? Can you give a logical explanation to prove God? Yeah, listen. Next verse. Page 41. अस्ति रूपेण चेद्भाति
अस्ति रूपेण चेद्भाति
जगत् सर्वं तथैव त्वम्
जगत्सर्वं तथैव त्वम्
असतो नैव कल्प्येत
कल्प्येत
उत्पत्तिर्जगतस्थितिः
उत्पत्तिर्जगतस्थितिः
अस्ति रूपेण चेद्भाति जगत् सर्वं तथैव त्वम् असतो नैव कल्प्येत उत्पत्तिर्जगतस्थितिः. Yes. Okay, you want a logical explanation, right? Yes. I want to inquire into the existence of God. I want to have a proof of God. Now, answer my question. Is this world existing? What is your experience? Yes. Jagat Sarvam Asti Rupena Bhati. This world exists. I can experience its existence. Yes. Any doubt? No. World is existing. Asti Rupena. In the form of existence, I can feel it, I can experience. I'm able to see, I feel. Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasagandha. Everything is there. So world exists. Yes? Yes. Do you exist? Tuam. Yes, of course I exist. Any doubt? No. I know that I'm existing. Okay. You exist and the world exists. Okay? Yes. Now tell me. Now this is a law. Vedantic law. What is the law? Karanagunaha karye anuvartante. It's a law. Karanagunaha karye anuvartante. Whatever properties the cause has, that very same property will be there in the effect. So if the cause has gold in it, the effect will have gold in it, golden ornaments. If the cause has mud in it, then the effect also will have mud, earthen pots. If this is true, if you see a property in the effect, what does it mean? That property should be there in the cause. Now, in this world, you see the property of existence. So, therefore, the one who is the cause of this world must be existent. Got it? So, the world is existing. So, that from whom the world has come, can he be non existent? So, God has to be the one from whom Utpatti and Sthiti has come. Asato naiva kalpiyeta. It cannot be asat. It has to be sat, existing. This is called as logical thinking. If effect has a property, then that property must be there in the cause also. So this is with respect to existence. In this way, you can think in so many ways. So many ways. You see the intelligence in this cosmos. Every aspect, how much of intelligence is stuffed in it. In fact, all the science and technology, they just observe the nature, learn from nature, and copy the nature. For example, the birds flying, or the ash which is floating because of that smoke, because of that. And then they found out, invented the aeroplane. So they observe the nature, infinite intelligence. Whole nature is exploding with infinite intelligence. So therefore, since the effect is infinite intelligence, therefore the cause also must be infinitely intelligent. God has to be omniscient. The law says energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can only be modified. What does it mean? You cannot destroy energy. Means what? The creation ever exists. And therefore, the creator has to be ever existent, immortal. From the effect, you learn so many things about the cause. In this world, we find the mother has infinite love for the child, unconditional love for the child. Father has infinite love for the child. What does it mean? Creator loves creation. Therefore, therefore, the Lord has infinite love for us because we are His creation. Infinite, unconditional love. So, this is how we learn about God. Observe the creation and then learn about the Creator. See, there is so much of power in this creation, strength, power. One volcano or one this thing. Infinite power. Therefore, the Creator has to be infinitely powerful. From the effects, reduce the cause. Study the, in fact, that is the purpose of creation. Use the creation to reach the Creator. Go out to go within. First, you must have a lot of love and reverence for the creation. Seeing the creation, you have love and reverence for the Creator. And as you are seeking the Creator, you find that Creator is none other than you yourself. Tattvamasi. You see, seeing the perfection in creation, you have love and reverence and devotion for the Creator. Then you try to find the Creator, you end up in your own self. That is the purpose of creation. And once you have reached your own self, the purpose of the creation has served its purpose, and the creation disappears. That is called as Jagan Vidya. There is a purpose for creation. Till that purpose is served, you should never utter the word Jagan Vidya. Use the creation to go beyond the creation. That topic anyway will come later. So therefore, this is the way to analyze. From the effect, try to understand the cause. This creation is existent, therefore the Creator has to exist. That is a proof of existence of God. The third verse number 44. Sadeva karanam tasmat
तदेव कारणं तस्मात्
tatsvashatyayutam prabhu
तत्त्वशक्त्यायुतं प्रभुः
ईश्वरः स हि विज्ञेयः
ईश्वरः स हि विज्ञेयः
याहि त्वं शरणं विभुम्
याहि त्वं शरणं विभुम्
सदेव कारणं तस्मात् तत्स्वशक्त्यायुतं प्रभुः ईश्वरः स हि विज्ञेयः याहि त्वं शरणं विभुम् Tasmat, therefore, Sadeva Karanam. That Sat existence alone is the cause. Tat Swashaktya Ayutam Prabhu. So that Bhagavan who is of the nature of existence, Swashaktya with its own power, endowed with his own power, with his power he created the world. And now, as a creator of this world, what is he called? Ishvara. Ishvara Sahividya. He should be known as Ishvara. So God by himself, not with respect to creation, but as it is. What is he? Satchidananda. He is Satchidananda, pure consciousness. But with respect to creation, endowed with the power of creation, what is he called? That Brahman is called Ishvara. So these are technical terms. His name is Brahman by himself. Without creation, that ultimate reality is called Brahman, Satchidananda Swarupa. That, or we can call it Nirguna Brahman. But with respect to creation, that Brahman is called Saguna Brahman or Ishvara. Left to myself, I am what I am. But with respect to my child, I am father. With respect to my father, I am son. With respect to my wife, I am husband. In the same way, Bhagavan, with respect to creation, is called Ishvara. Left to himself is only Satchidananda. And the power also belongs to him. Just like I cannot be separated from my power, in the same way, God and his power cannot be separated. So generally, in our Puranic stories, that power is generally represented as a wife. I and my power, Shakti. That is a representation. Symbolic representation. So therefore, this is Bhagavan. Never doubt his existence. What should we do? How should we proceed in this path of spiritual journey? Yahitvam Sharanam Vibhum. Surrender unto him. That is the first step. Don't doubt his existence. First step is have faith in him. Second step is surrender unto him. So the whole Vedantic philosophy is nothing but trying to know oneself. Directly, if you try to know yourself, you will be an utter failure. With the egoistic attitude, I will know myself. If you go, you will remain ego only. So the starting point is not Aham Brahmasmi. Starting point is Aham Shunyosmi. Starting point is not Soham. Starting point is Dasoham. Bhagavan and nobody. Yes, I have full faith that you exist. Please guide me, save me. Total surrender. That is the first step. Believe in God, then surrender to God, then start your sadhana, everything will be fine. In fact, that is the reason why after the avatar of Bhagavan Shankaracharya came the avatar of Madhvacharya. Purpose of Madhvacharya is not to fight and prove that Shankaracharya was wrong. Please don't misunderstand all this. Bhagavan's Leela it is. Very many people were stuck with Aham Brahmasmi because they directly started to take off without running the runway. It will not happen. First be on the ground, run on the ground, then take flight. Directly, Soham. Only bookish knowledge. A lot of prattling was going on. People were stuck. Khandana Mandana was going on. They had Shankara Bhashyas by heart, but progress was not happening. So then Bhagavan felt one avatar is necessary to teach them Dasoham. Thus Madhvacharya came. Madhvacharya, so superficially when we see, we think that, Madhva philosophy is against Shankara philosophy and all. No. Not at all. So this is a subtle secret. Start from a nobody. Don't start from Brahman. So Completely. Tameva Sharanam Gacha. Ramana Maharshi is, there is a book called Gita Sar, Essence of Bhagavad Gita by Ramana Maharshi. So Ramana Maharshi selected some 41 verses from Bhagavad Gita and he just put it in an order. That is called as Gita Sar. And the parting message of Bhagavan Ramana is Tameva Sharanam Gacha Sarva Bhavena Bharata. Tasya prasada tat prasada param shanti sthanam prapsasi shashwata. Surrender by all means to that Bhagavan, then you will get that place. What is the thing which we have known about Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi? Who am I? Who am I? And without any preparation, who am I? Who am I? You are a fool. That's it. Start from being a nobody. Be sweet. Be a nobody. Then Bhagavan will lift you. Hanumanji was at the feet of Bhagavan. Bhagavan lifted him and said, come on, sit next to him. That's what Bhagavan is. By one's own effort, nobody is going to reach God. It is only by grace of God that we come to know. So we should be fit to receive His grace. And when do we become fit to receive His grace? And we become totally humble. Amapetakam nijavibhavan. You do self-effacement. That's the purpose of life. Never try to fatten the ego, dissolve the ego, above the ego. Then what will happen? Then Bhagavan will do the rest. There is something which I have to do, there is something which Bhagavan has to do. What am I supposed to do? To be a nobody. Otherwise, any amount of mandana will not work. How is it that I am Brahman? Swamiji. How is the word illusion? He's trying to prove that the world is an illusion. It will never happen. So many places, the seekers get stuck. Everywhere you will find the ego is a problem. Dissolve the ego and the path becomes so easy. So therefore, Puja Guruji says, Yahitvam Sharanam Vibhum. Surrender first. Learn to surrender unto God. That is the first. Then everything becomes very, very clear. Path just unfolds. Now comes how to have faith and what is the kind of faith we must have in the path of spirituality. That's the next topic. Panchadha Shraddha, 5 types of faith. So these 5 types you must have. Only then in the path of spirituality there can be any progress. So page number 49, first verse. Atmajnane pravritto yaha
आत्मज्ञाने प्रवृत्तो यः
Shraddham sandharaye dridham
श्रद्धां संधारये दृढाम्
Shraddhavan labhate jnanam
श्रद्धावान् लभते ज्ञानम्
Nanyatedam sunishchitam
नान्यतेदं सुनिश्चितम्
Atmajnane pravritto yaha Shraddham sandharaye dridham Shraddhavan labhate jnanam Nanyatedam sunishchitam. Yes. Atmajnane pravritto yaha. The one who has taken up this adventure of Atmajnanam, one who is walking this path of self-inquiry, self-knowledge, he must have dridham shraddha, firm faith. He has to cultivate faith. Because shraddhavan labhate jnanam. So this is a quote from Bhagavad Gita. Only the person who has shraddha will gain this knowledge. Na anyatha idam sunischitam. There is no other way. This is 100% true. So nishchitam, well ascertained. Without faith, you just cannot move in this path. You can't say that, no, I'll walk the path, but let me see. I don't believe in God. Only if I experience God, then I will believe. No, it's just not possible. First is Shraddha, faith. So what are the 5 types of faith? The next 2 verses, page number 51. प्रमाण बुद्धिर्वेदान्ते
बुद्धिर्वेदान्ते
ब्रह्म सद्भाव निश्चये
ब्रह्म सद्भावनिश्चये
सद्गुरोर्ब्रह्मनिष्ठत्वे
सद्गुरोर्ब्रह्मनिष्ठत्वे
स्वात्मनः कर्म सामर्थ्ये
स्वात्मनः कर्म सामर्थ्ये
प्रमाण बुद्धिर्वेदान्ते ब्रह्म सद्भाव निश्चये सद्गुरोर्ब्रह्मनिष्ठत्वे स्वात्मनः कर्म सामर्थ्ये. Next one also. साधने गुरुणा प्रोक्ते
साधने गुरुणा प्रोक्ते
विश्वासः पालनं तथा
विश्वासपालनं तथा
एवं पञ्चविधा श्रद्धा
एवं पञ्चविधा श्रद्धा
भवेत् साधकमुक्तिदा.
भवेत् साधकमुक्तिदा
साधने गुरुणा प्रोक्ते विश्वासः पालनं तथा एवं पञ्चविधा श्रद्धा भवेत् साधकमुक्तिदा. So what are the 5 types of faith? So it is listed here. Number 1, pramana buddhi vedante. In Vedanta, having pramana buddhi. What is pramana buddhi? The faith that this Vedanta is a valid means of knowledge. Pramana buddhi means whatever is said in Vedanta is right. Whatever is said in scriptures is right. Pramana buddhi. So firm faith in the knowledge of the scriptures. Number 1. Number 2, Brahma Sadbhava Nishchaye. Brahma Sadbhava Nishchaye. There is Brahman, it is Sat. Means what? In simple language, faith in the existence of God. There is a ultimate reality called Brahman. It exists. It is not an imagination. So number 1, faith in the validity of scriptures. Number 2, faith in the existence of that reality, existence of God. Number 3, Sadguroho Brahmanishtatve. My Guru is a Brahmanishta Guru. He firmly abides in that truth. My Guru is not a fake Guru. Brahmanishtatve. Okay. Okay, that is number 3. So that is faith in the Guru. He knows the truth and he is firmly abiding in the truth. Faith. Third one. Swadmanaha karma samarthye. Faith in one's own samarthya, ability to reach there. I can do it. Faith in oneself. So how many over now? 4. Fifth one. Sadhane guruna prokte. That sadhana prescribed for me by my Guru. Faith in that sadhana. So Guru has said, hey, do this. I must have faith in that sadhana. Okay. So these are the 5. So number 1, faith in the scriptures. Number 2, faith in God. Number 3, faith in Guru. That he is a realized person. Number 4, faith in oneself, that I can attain that. And number 5, faith in the sadhana prescribed by Vishwasaha Palanam Tatha. First have faith, and then with this faith, do your practice. Evam panchavidha shraddha bhavet sadhaka muktida. This way, this fivefold faith will ensure sadhaka's mukti, liberation. So now we have to discuss a lot of things in this. We'll just discuss a little and then keep it for the next. So this Shraddha is very highly emphasized in scriptures, spirituality. See, in all the other paths, Shraddha is not needed. For example, do you need Shraddha in engineering? No, because it can be proved. What is the proof that the engineering, whatever knowledge is perfect? Proof is you have the device. The very fact that I'm able to talk to another person on the other side of the globe, I'm able to talk. That itself is a proof that the technology is working. Isn't it? The very fact that I'm able to record the video, its proof is there. So therefore, you can see the proof and then you can say, yes, this is right. But in the same way, is it possible in spirituality? I see it and then I believe it. In fact, you believe it, you do sadhana, and then you see it. What is that? Faith is a belief in what you do not see, and the reward is you start seeing what you believed in. So, in the beginning, you start with faith, and slowly, slowly, as you walk the path, you start seeing it. As Puja Gurudev used to say, if you want to prove God, improve yourself. First improve, then prove. Eventually prove to you. So here, the first step is faith. And now this faith is little difficult here because whatever is said in scriptures, it goes directly opposite to my experience. That's the biggest problem. For example, my senses say that God doesn't exist, but the scriptures say God exists. My senses say I am this body, scriptures say you are not the body. My senses say happiness is outside, scriptures say no, happiness is inside. My senses say world is real, scriptures say world is empty. My senses say I am in the world, scriptures say no, world is in you. Terrible thing. My senses say I am not God, scriptures say you are God. Senses say I exist, scriptures say you don't exist, only God exists. Everything is opposite. Everything is opposite. So then, my experience doesn't match with the scriptural statement. And now, you have two options. Either leave the scriptures, leave the Guru. That's what most of us do. Or say that no, if the scriptures have said it, that must be right. That is called Shraddha. And now, this Shraddha is directly related to purity of mind. How to develop Shraddha? There is only one way. If your mind is pure, this Shraddha will automatically manifest itself. If the mind is not pure, what is the impurity of the mind? Ego. It is impurity. You know, a person who is possessed by ego can never have faith. Because somewhere he feels that I am right. I am right. My understanding is right. My experience is right. Whatever my senses they show, that is right. I alone am right. Others cannot. Such a person, when he reads a scripture, what will he say? I don't believe. Because he is so full of himself his own ideas, his own philosophy, his own understanding. He's so full of himself that he cannot accept an external source more correct than him. So Shraddha just doesn't come. Somewhere his mind says, no, I think others are wrong. I alone am right. So to the extent we are filled with ego, to that extent we'll find all this Shraddha just vanishing, just cannot accept. There is a person with a pure mind. You see, it is not blind actually. This faith which this pure minded person has, it is not actually blind. Generally, we say faith is blind and all. It's not. So when you read the scriptures, when he sees these statements, oh, these great Mahatmas have written this. These Mahatmas who are full of noble virtues, who are people of great character, their life is nothing but purity, living a life of truth. How can they tell something? Why should they lie? You see, a pure-minded person knows the value of purity. He knows the glory of purity. See, unless you have paid the price for purity, you will never understand the value of purity. A pure-minded person alone can understand another pure-minded person and his nature, his behavior. So when I read the scriptures and find that Mahatmas have written this, my first question will be, why should they lie? So if they have said something, it must be right. Because they are all akamata. There is nothing which they want from this world. No appreciation is wanted, no popularity is wanted. Then why should they lie? There is no reason. So therefore, if they have said something, it must be right. It doesn't matter whether I am experiencing or not. This is the way pure-minded persons. So therefore, it is not a blind faith. That faith has a basis. What is the basis? Pure-minded people have said this, therefore it must be true. Are you able to understand? It's not blind. Some Tom, Dick and Harry and told and therefore I believe. No. Scriptures are written by highly evolved people, men of character, great purity. Such people, when they say something, it must be right. So there is a basis for that faith. And that automatically he tends to believe, because when my mind is pure, I can understand the statements of a pure-minded person. I am in tune with a pure-minded person only if my mind is pure. So purity and faith, they always go together. So this way all the others. So I believe in the statements of the scriptures. I believe that God is true, existent, because it is said in the scriptures, so it must be true. All the Mahatmas say it, it must be true. So I believe in the existence of God. And I believe in the sadhana given by my Guru. I believe in my Guru. Why? Because in his life I am seeing all these great characteristics. Nobility, purity, selflessness, contentment, joy. So there has to be a reason why a person is so happy, peaceful, cheerful. There is sense control, mind control, so much of values which I am not seeing in others, I am seeing in my Guru. There has to be a reason. What could be that reason? The reason is this. So therefore, I firmly believe that my Guru has this knowledge. I firmly believe that whatever he says is right. I firmly believe in the sadhana prescribed by me. So actually, though there are 5 here, actually it is only one. The ability to trust. In different field, that trust will have different manifestations. But there is only one, Shraddha, faith, ability to trust the higher source. That is coming out of purity. More and more that mind is pure. That is why Shishya Lakshana, the first thing was this. Purity was emphasized. Purity born out of noble deeds. Punya karma. So Shraddha is not something which can be cultivated without purity. In fact, the moment you cultivate purity of mind, everything else comes automatically. That pure mind expresses us with so many different abilities. One ability is trusting ability. This is very, very essential. Because unless I have faith that there is a higher thing, the next step, what is the next step? To put forth effort to achieve it. That will not come. First, I have to believe that yes, there is something. The second comes effort. Now, here, a term is used, Swatmanah Karma Samarthi. Faith in oneself. Now, if you read this, it appears as though it's an egoistic statement. A faith in myself that yes, I can achieve. It is not. Why it is not, we will see tomorrow.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, we'll wind up and then we'll wind up. Time is up. We'll wind up and then we'll see, take up the question.
She'll finish that, then you can ask the question.
Okay.
ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ